Judge, today's case is I want out.
He says his wife walked down the aisle straight to the refrigerator, though he thinks the problem is how much she eats. I have a sneaking suspicion it's something else altogether.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Andrew Wilson and Dasia Wilson. The two of you have been together for 3 years, married, however, only 7 months, and you're ready to call it a day. Mr. Wilson, you're here seeking $300 from Mrs. Wilson for a pair of Beats by Dr. Dre, and we'll talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Mr. Wilson, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me about your brief marriage and why we're here in divorce court already?
Well, we're here today, Your Honor, because I want out. I want out of this marriage. And I've tried to give her my all. I tried to be the best husband that I can be. I haven't cheated on her. You know, I've done everything I can. And I have 2 kids, and they're from a previous relationship, and they're my main priority. And over the 7 months we've been married, she's gained over 90 pounds. And even still with that, you know, I'm your husband, I'm here for you, I'm supportive. You want to eat healthy, we can do it. The very next day, she's at Burger King. And she slid me the coupon, you know, the very next day. So
Well, she may be gaining weight, but she's saving money. She's trying something.
I understand.
She's trying to help you out.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
I understand. I know, I get it.
But like one time, since you brought up the money, one time, we're hungry, we're down to the last $20. Bills came around. So I give her the $20 and I'm like, you know, just get something, get us a meal, something you could prepare a meal to stretch it out. And my wife goes and she gets a pizza. And this isn't just a pizza, this is like pepperoni, sausage, ham,
all the top
bacon. Everything back there was on the pizza.
Right.
You know? And that made me upset because, like, this was our last.
You could have gotten some bologna and spaghetti, things that would have lasted you a few days.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
Let me talk to Mrs. Wilson for a moment. Hello, Mrs. Wilson. How are you?
Hi, Your Honor. I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. Why don't you? He's talked about your weight gain. Is he accurate about that? That you've gained about 90 pounds in the last 7 months?
Not very. He's a bit dramatic. He can be dramatic.
Okay.
But I've only gained about 50 to 60 pounds, maybe. But I've always had a problem with my weight. I've always been a big girl since I was young. I've never been small in stature. I've never been that way.
Been skinny, thin, or anything?
I've never been. It was a point in time where I was just stressed out and I lost the...
Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you. I lost like 80 to 90 pounds in like 3 months.
What happened to precipitate that?
I was like in 8th grade going to 9th grade, and I was staying with a family member at that point in time, and I just got to a point where I was just so stressed out, and I didn't even realize it. I don't eat a whole bunch. When I do, I'm a diabetic, so when I do eat...
Type 1 or type 2?
I'm type 1. I've been a diabetic since I was 7, 8 years old, so it's always been difficult. So I have to keep snacks. I have to eat. And there's times where I just don't eat at all the entire day. And then the times where I do eat, I make sure people see it so it looks like a large quantity. Because if I don't, it gets really dramatic about how much I do eat and when I eat. But I was going into 8th grade, going into 9th grade, and I was just so stressed out that when I went into 9th grade, people didn't even know who I was.
Because you lost a whole lot of... Was that because you just discovered you had type 1 diabetes, or was it...
I had been having diabetes since I was like in elementary school.
But they knew? Were you being treated? Did they know you had type 1 back then? Because sometimes they don't know right away.
Yes, they knew.
They knew
that I was diagnosed when I was 8, 9, going into...
Are you insulin dependent?
I am. I take 2 different types of insulin, and I have to take it all day long. And I have to watch everything. And so I'm not good at it. I'll admit to that. I'm not good at it. It's hard.
Are you under a doctor's care? A constant care of a doctor?
When I turned 18, Medicaid doesn't pay for it once you get over a certain age. So for a good 2 or 3 years, I didn't have anybody.
That's a whole governmental conversation that could have me on the roof within moments. We will leave it there. But that is the real life example of what happens when we don't take care of that big issue. Just saying. Mr. Wilson, did you know she was a type 1 diabetic?
I know she's a type 1 diabetic. And, you know, it's just like I have a story for you. Can I tell you a story?
Please.
Okay, like, I understand where she come from, her health. Okay, so I go to the store. I buy my favorite box of muffins. They got the candy in it. They $5.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her, would you like, babe, you want a muffin? And she's like, oh, I have one. They come in pouches, so it's like 6 in a box. She ate one out. I leave the room, come back, 3 pouches gone. So, I mean, like, it's only 6 and it's 4 in it. I feel like you care about your health one day and then the next day you don't. Mm-hmm. And that's an issue for me.
Do you have anything you want to say about that, Mrs. Wilson?
He being dramatic again. Like, I didn't eat 3. I didn't eat 3. I probably ate 2 other packs out of the box, and it comes with like 4 in the box.
I got another story for you, Anna. Despite weight gain, all of that, this my wife. So I'm gonna still wanna have intercourse with my wife. And when I tell you every time there's an excuse, she told me one night, I ain't in the mood, I stubbed my toe on the way to the room. And then she rolls up and go to sleep for real. This girl, she likes to eat, her thing is she likes Chick-fil-A. Mm-hmm. So she goes to Chick-fil-A, quite often. We go. Shoot, that's my wife, we go. But it got to a point where she got me the job at Chick-fil-A, did the whole application behind my back, got me the job at Chick-fil-A so she can get some free food.
Did you do that?
No.
You didn't do that at all?
I did.
He made that up?
He didn't make it up, but he twisted the story a little bit. The story.
Well, you untwisted.
He worked at another place, and he had achieved a higher status at that place. He had gotten to a manager position, so he was able to, explore the field a little bit. And the lady was like, "Okay, if you want to do an application here, I'll be more than happy to have you because I see your credentials." And so I did the application for him, and it doesn't hurt that you get free food. It's not that I like Chick-fil-A. I live in a small town, and it's only like a certain amount of. I like chicken, so
there's not a lot of choices. Chick-fil-A is there. Like, that's where you go.
Chick-fil-A is there. It's one of the affordable places. I know what I want on the menu. I could go get it. So it doesn't hurt that he get a discount if he worked there.
Okay. What do you say is the main problem? Let's take the weight out of the equation because I think I understand that problem, and I'm going to talk about that later. But what do you say his main flaw in this relationship?
He tends to be a bit dramatic. Like, he'll overdo something. Like, I'll say that, like the story about the muffins. I didn't eat all of the muffins.
Mm-hmm. So you just think he's dramatic?
I just think he overdoes it a little bit. I think that I know I try. Whatever his problem is, I try to accommodate. So I feel like I'm being the best wife that I know how to be, the best person I know how to be, because I don't want to feel like I failed.
What is he, other than being overly dramatic, what else does he do wrong, if anything?
I don't have a problem with it.
You don't have a problem with it. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to tell you, like, basically the last straw that broke the camel back for me. Okay. Despite weight gain, all of that, this my wife. So I'm gonna still want to have intercourse with my wife. And when I tell you every time there's an excuse, She told me one night, I ain't in the mood. I stubbed my toe on the way to the room. And then she rolls up and go to sleep for real. Another time, Your Honor, you know, we in there, we doing our thing, we handling
your business.
Yeah, we handling our business, and she get hers, and okay, good night. And I'm just like, you know, I got another story for you, Your Honor. I got one more for you. We can take it out.
Go ahead.
So, okay, we going to handle our business. She says, all right, we going to do our thing, and she just stiff. She like a corpse. And, you know, and I'm a gentleman. I don't believe in, like, it's to a point where you're my wife. I shouldn't have to feel like this is rape or something. Like, I'm not, like, it just made me feel like, you know, she doesn't want to have sex with me. So what am I supposed to do?
I knew my gender, I knew everything. And then a couple months later, I got pregnant again, and I had
another one.
And I just lost my baby in August.
Young.
If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. I never make the party responding to a sexual claim defend themselves if they don't want to. Would you like to speak on that issue, or would you like to jump over it?
I like to speak on it because I want to say I'm not sure how far into our relationship I got pregnant for the first time. And a couple months into it, I say about 3 or 4, I had a miscarriage.
Let her finish.
And I lost my baby, my first one. I knew my gender, I knew everything. And then a couple months later, I got pregnant again, and I had
another one.
And I just lost my baby in August.
Young, can I say something, Young?
You are so anxious to speak, and your wife is falling apart over there. Doesn't seem to affect you at all.
I do, Your Honor, but...
You're just rushing to say why she's wrong.
It's not even about why she's wrong. It's just, it's my defense to that, if you will.
What is your defense to that?
That it was arguably. I have 2 children, Your Honor. And I know the type of changes, and I know every woman isn't the same, but women are different, you know?
Yes, we are.
So this is arguably that she had these, but I don't have the proof that she was just pregnant.
He was there. He was there at the first doctor's appointment.
The first one, Your Honor. That's the first
one. So you believe that one, but you don't believe
that one,
the second one.
But the second one is kind of...
Mr. Wilson, let me tell you about the danger of universalizing your own experiences. Billions of women have been pregnant, and we all respond in different ways. There are women who do nothing but throw up for months. There are women who don't know they're pregnant until 2 days before they deliver. You don't know how pregnant women act because you've known 2 other pregnant women. You seem to have tagged her for every fault that she has, most of which is not her fault. She's not a type 1 diabetic because she's a bad person or an unkind person or uncaring person. This is a condition that she has and that she knows she has, and it is a difficult condition to deal with if you know about type 1 diabetes. So you're talking about her weight.
Can I say one more thing?
No. And another part of your problem, Mr. Wilson, is you don't listen. You're so busy. You're so busy trying to get your point of view across, you don't hear what anybody else is saying. I think your wife is broken. I think she is lonely. I think she is despondent. I think she does not believe she has any value. I think that she thinks she's about just this big. And I think you contribute to her feelings of being less than. And I don't think you have any, all you do is see that she's heavy and she's eating your muffins. And after that, you don't consider why she's heavy. You don't even believe that she was pregnant because she didn't act like the other women that you got pregnant. You have to get out of your own way. You have to get out of your own head and be empathetic towards other people. Show her the kind of love and understanding that you do for your family member. You haven't even tried, Mr. Wilson. You haven't even tried. Now, what did you want to say?
I just wanted to say, like, you know, I know that's how it comes across, but, you know, of course I know about the diabetes. I'm there helping her take her insulin and doing my duties as a husband. I didn't just wake up yesterday and be like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, it has been a progression. Like, I feel like...
It's 7 months. My husband and I have had arguments that lasted longer than 7 months.
I just really feel like I made a mistake, Your Honor.
Is she too much trouble?
I wasn't ready to get married.
I'm sorry this marriage did not work out. But the fact that he does not have enough concern or care or empathy for other people should not lead you to believe that you do not have value. It speaks to his lack of character, not to your lack of value. And I want to make sure you understand. Being sick the way you are, you know, someone needs to care for you, and I don't think you ever got the care that you were deserving of. I don't think you got the medical care that you were deserving of. I don't think you got the love and the empathy and the sympathy that you are deserving of, and I'm so terribly, terribly sorry about that. And I want you to know that I see your value, even if you don't. I see a beautiful woman standing before me, even if you don't. And I'll tell you know, whatever your issues are, first of all, thick is in. My children will not look at a woman that's under a size 12. I'm just telling you, not interested in under a size 12. I want you to be healthy for you. I want you to start seeing a doctor on the regular for you so you can feel like you need to feel both internally and externally. I wrote a book called Dear Sonali, Letters to the Daughter I Never Had. I had 6 sons and I never had a daughter. And the part about this book that I want you to get is about feeling solid and confident within yourself, being loved and whole with or without a dude, feeling confident and cared for within the context of whatever life you live, having passion, having joy that is associated solely with your intellect, your passion, and your heart. And I'm gonna give you this book, so I hope that'll help you out. But this was a mistake you made. Just like the other day when I sent the wrong video to somebody. It was a oops. We gonna fix it today. And we gonna fix your oops today. And don't let it sink into your soul that you're not good enough, because you most certainly are. You're only 21, you just a baby, you got decades left to find joy. And I wish you all the joy that you can find. You 25, you got decades to find a heart and some sympathy, and I hope you do find that as well. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is.
Judge Lynn, you know, she dug into you a little bit. She said she hopes you leave here and find heart and empathy. What's your reaction?
Like I said, man, I do love her, but I want out. I can't. I was too young. I wasn't ready, and I got with her. We shouldn't have got married. I wasn't ready.
What's your mindset now after hearing what Judge Lynn had to say today?
I can move forward, and even though I wanted to fight for it, since I just can't, I can't keep putting energy into somebody that doesn't want to put the same energy into me.